Hi guys, my name is Lisa and I've been taking creators from 0 to 6 figures a month, and today I just want to show you the difference between reels that convert really well and those that do not. So let me take your reel over here. So conversion versus attention reels. Attention is the filler reel. So basically attention reels are going to boost your account and show the algorithm how really committed you are to growing your socials, and they're also going to help you get yourself out there, make people really get to know you, what kind of person you are, how you talk, what you are interested in, what your beliefs and values are, and such things like that. Basically, the attention reels are going to be introducing you to the audience that is going to be your potential fans in the future. And it also shows you to broad audience who might not be your fans explicitly, but they're going to know of your existence, and that's how you gain your social presence. It could be anything, it could be trends, dances, anything, literally anything you can think of. Maybe it's a talking video or something that you're sharing, literally quick, stupid video. But again, this piece of content has something to do with you, even if it's just like a small dancing, that's already showing your personality and a little bit of more of who you are. Again, conversion reels are going to be the ones that turn regular followers on Instagram to fans and paid subs on OF in the future. And those ones that actually do convert are typically going to have high engagement but lower views because it's really niche. So once you build your social presence and people get to know you, people kind of know, oh, I like this girl. Is it the girl that does this and that? And you have your social presence, and after that, you have built your fan base. A small one, a small one, a big one, doesn't matter. There's people who follow you for who you are, and people recognize you. And some of them even maybe monitor your reels and kind of keep up with your life online. And the conversion reels are going to be those reels that actually make them become your sub on OF, reels that make them want to text you, make them want to check it out, make them want to see for themselves. There are going to have maybe lower views, however, those reels are crucial because they provoke people to follow you on OF besides just following you on Instagram. And attention reels are super important because they're building on your personality and who you are and on your image online. So it typically takes about 7 hours of content of watching reels or any going through your profile to make a person trust you and seem like you're really nice person or maybe a real person in general, and to even make someone want to text you in the first place. So I just wanted to show you high conversion reels and examples of those. So let's listen to it together.
My ex-boyfriend loved it when I farted right in his face. And I don't mean just like a little, like two. I mean like...
Okay, so you get the point. It's a sexy kind of crazy story and a confession that I like to call it in the car. It's about the ex and the weird kink that he had. Even though this reel doesn't have that many views, it is really niche, and this particular reel brought a lot of subs on OF for my creator. And again, you can see the engagement within the fans that have already followed you is pretty high, and they have something to talk about. They feel like they kind of know you a little bit and they can give you an input on that. And we went ahead.
A lot of fun, right? And sometimes before dinner, I'd wear my butt plug. I'd have it in throughout the whole dinner and the car ride home. When we got home, he would take it out and sniff it and suck on it like a lollipop. Never forget dessert after.
Here again, this is a type of conversion reel. Even though it doesn't have that many views and it doesn't go viral, it still brings followers to your OF and to my creator's OF, as you can see here, because the nature of the story is sexual and it's really weird and it's really kinky. So it really does provoke this a little bit, I would say, arousal from watching this video, even though if it's not really your cup of tea. However, you can see beautiful eyes, lucky guy, there's tongues, and yeah, so a lot of, again, lollipops. So those are typically going to be for the fans who already know you, already know what you do, but this is going to be the step that makes them want to text you and see what's up and what's going on. For high attention reels and filler reels, I'm going to show you this example.
This is the famous AK-47. With over 50 million manufactured in 10 countries, the AK-47 is the most popular
a
assault.
little bit more views and doesn't explicitly draw people to your OF, but it gets yourself out there. You kind of get a little outfit check. You do funny faces. People kind of get an understanding of who you are. And this one. This particular one went viral for my creator because it is funny and it's just something that is easily shareable. Oh, haha, made it easy for you to load and aim. So yeah, something like this, I really like this, is going to get yourself out there, show your quirky personality, that you're funny, that you're here, and here's your Halloween makeup. And you can get a little bit of uniqueness through those. And once you figure out how to do both of those reels, because both are super crucial, you can implement your personality into them, and that's what's going to make people like you, because you want to build your brand around being yourself. And I cannot stress this enough, because no one can be better at being you than you are. And so no one is going to beat you in your own niche if you build it around yourself. So again, the girl that I talked about in past videos, the girl, you probably know her, she jumps on cars and expensive cars and kind of breaks them and does funny little dances on them. She figured out how to combine both of those reels together. She does talking videos when she draws fans to her OF to actually talk to her, and she does those dances just to get attention and get herself out there, so people know who she is and that she has social presence because of that. I'll put another example here. I really like Camilla.
For $100, tell me what you do for a living, but without talking. Influencer? TikToker. Oh, wait.
Okay, so this type of reel is really good at conversion, and at the same time, you kind of can get their personalities as well. So that works perfectly well. You want to get your algorithm to like you and push you out to show more people. And the way you do it is by staying consistent. Because imagine once you post something, it goes in your little jar. Let's think of maybe a bank or a percentage. You put 1 unit of value there, you upload it, and then the next video you upload is gonna be the power of 2. And again, you do that again and again and again. So it's going to be 2, 4, 8. And it just keeps going, 16. And so on and so on. And it's going to be like exponential growth. In the beginning, it might be slow. However, it's really important to keep persistent and be really consistent with this, and do not give up, because skipping a day can really just push from your most recent step back to the previous level. It's okay, but you do want the algorithm to trust you, and it shows you to more people as it learns that you are consistent. I like to think about it as maybe a kid or maybe a pet that you have to feed 3 times a day, and then it's going to respond to you by trusting you and, loving you and stuff like that. But for algorithm, it's going to push you to more people. It's going to show you to more people. It's going to rely on you, and that's what you really want. So again, the watch time is super important, because the Instagram shows the video that you post to, let's say, 200 of your subscribers and 200 of the random ones. The 400 initial viewers is made up. It depends on your followings and everything, but let's say you have those. And so you have 200 followers, is going to show it to them, and same amount to a random audience, and it's going to run both sides. If half of the people in the random category are going to watch it from the beginning to the very end, it's going to push it to the next stage when it shows it to more people. Let's say it shows them to 800 people, and if half of those 800 people are going to watch it, it's going to push it to the next level. And that's how algorithm is pushing you out there and more out there, depending on the watch time. It sees that people seem to like it and they watch it from the beginning to end, so it wants to show it to more people. And that's how videos go viral. And lastly, think of the video as your darts or lottery ticket. And the more of those you have, the higher are the chances of your video getting viral, because the more you post, the more consistent you are, the more algorithm trusts you. It's genuinely going to help you out, and the more videos you have, there's more odds that one of them is going to get viral. And I promise you it will. One day it will. And please do not give up and stay consistent and try to improve your reels every time. Look back what worked, and if a reel didn't do that as good as you thought, just think back and ask yourself, why didn't it do so good, and why did the other one do so good? So 400 is just a random number I made up. I just want to point it out just to purposes of doing the math and maybe show a little bit more. But lastly, I just want to talk about Camilla. I think she is great in this industry, and she's a great example for all the type of reels. And we just want to quickly, so for this one,
honestly, it makes me cringe because I know how you are. And people are like, she's
reel.
so innocent, she's so sweet. I'm like, this little mole rat is not innocent. She's
So even though this is a podcast and it's seemingly with Julia and stuff like that, it's not really targeted. It is going to be a conversion reel because people get to know her from this, and they are talking about something as being innocent. And here you can also see.
No, I actually spent every single dollar I've ever made on my, like, you know, my watches, my cars.
She is making content for people to get to know her, that she has personality, but also she's talking about things that make people want to check it out for themselves. And for example, this reel, this is a trend right now, so it could be a really nice filler reel. You can see the engagement on these is super high as opposed to other ones, and this is a trend. Here's Lysandra, please find Julia a boyfriend. Yeah, so that's a trend right now, and that's their filler reel. And it's important because it gets themselves out there. Maybe people have heard about them, maybe people have not yet, but it just gets them out there, and if anything, it just creates social presence for them. So you can watch through these. It's really interesting to watch through and think about what this reel might have been. Again, see here, this one has higher views because it's a trend and it's a real attention reel that gets you out there and your social presence. And when it's something like a podcast or something that, let me see, I think
If you had 15 minutes with me on this black sand beach, what would we do?
Probably try to find someone else.
What?
Probably try to find someone else. I don't know. You're too light for the dark.
But it's a good contrast.
Okay, so this type of reel would be the conversion reel because it is talking about something that's suggestive. Oh, like what would we do if we're together at this beach? And it's just a piece of content that's not just a trend, that's not just an audio. It pushes the viewer to want to text you and want to find out for themselves. And again, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions or if you need a feedback, or if you have a feedback for me, please feel free to reach out. And if you are someone who is interested in working with me and my team, reach out to me on Instagram, because the chances are that if you watch this video, you are a perfect fit as well. So thank you, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.